The film begins in Florida, where we see a small, cozy cafe. A young girl named Lisa works there as a waitress. She treats every customer with kindness and patience, always greeting them with a warm smile. Because of her hardworking nature and positive attitude, her boss is very pleased with her. To everyone around her, Lisa seems like a sweet and responsible young woman who simply enjoys doing her job. But when her shift ends and she leaves the cafe to go home, something about her expression changes. Instead of the usual relief people feel after finishing a long day of work, Lisa looks frightened and deeply sad. Most people return home with happiness on their faces, but Lisa rides her bicycle through the dark streets with visible fear in her eyes. This tells us that for Lisa, home is not a place of comfort. It is a place of pain. For her, home feels more like a prison or even hell. As she rides down the empty road, Lisa remembers the terrible things she has experienced there. In her thoughts, we see the image of a man who often comes into her room late at night. The memory clearly terrifies her, though we do not yet know exactly who this man is. Suddenly, Lisa notices a black car parked on the deserted road ahead. The sight of it makes her nervous. Her fear grows quickly, and she begins pedaling faster, desperate to get away. She keeps looking back at the car while speeding down the road until she finally reaches the house where she lives. However, this is not actually Lisa's own home. She lives with her grandmother and one of her grandmother's friends. Very soon we learn something disturbing. The man Lisa was thinking about earlier is actually that same friend. He gives Lisa's grandmother money, and in return he's allowed to enter Lisa's room every night and treat her terribly. Lisa is trapped in a nightmare she cannot escape. One day, completely exhausted by this life, Lisa writes a suicide note. She feels that death might be the only way to escape her suffering. But when the moment comes, fear stops her. She cannot bring herself to end her own life. The next day, Lisa calls her sister, who lives with her mother. She tells her how badly she wants to leave that house. Eventually, Lisa gathers the courage to tell her mother everything that has been happening to her. Instead of offering help, her mother coldly replies that no matter what happens, Lisa must stay there and continue caring for her grandmother. Then she hangs up the phone. This moment reveals a heartbreaking truth. Lisa's mother already knew what was happening, and she chose to ignore it. Lisa's life feels like endless torture. Even when she wants to escape, she has nowhere to go. But she has no idea that something even more terrifying is about to happen. One night, while riding home from work again, Lisa sees the same black car she noticed before. This time, the car begins following her. Her fear turns into panic. As she watches the car behind her, a man suddenly appears from the darkness, grabs her from behind, and kidnaps her. He forces her into the car and drives away. Inside the car, the man assaults her and then places a blindfold over her eyes so she cannot see his face. Lisa is terrified and completely helpless. She has no idea where he is taking her or what he plans to do next. The kidnapper drives her to a lonely apartment far outside the city. There, he hurts her again. Lisa quickly realizes that this man is not just cruel, he is dangerously insane. The situation reminds her of the abuse she already suffered at home, but this time her survival is at stake. She knows she must stay calm and find a way to escape. Meanwhile, when Lisa does not return home, her grandmother reports her missing to the police. Officers begin searching for her and start by visiting Lisa's mother. Her mother casually tells them Lisa might have run away with a boyfriend. Hearing this, the officers are ready to leave, but Lisa's sister stops them and insists that Lisa would never run away like that. Other officers visit the cafe where Lisa works and learn that she is responsible and hardworking. This makes the police realize something is truly wrong. Back at the apartment, Lisa remains blindfolded, but she is quietly observing everything. She listens carefully to sounds, memorizes details, and stores every clue in her mind. When a man unties her hands, she pretends to act calm and cooperative. Secretly, she begins leaving small clues around the apartment. She drops her hairpins under the bed, touches the bathroom mirror to leave fingerprints, and carefully memorizes details like the color and logo of the man's shoes. At one point, she locks herself in the bathroom, causing the man to force the door open. Instead of fighting, Lisa pretends she cares about him and behaves normally. Her goal is to earn his trust. Later, while he is asleep, Lisa quietly sneaks toward the phone in the house. She had noticed it earlier and hopes to call for help. But just as she reaches it, the man wakes up and grabs her. Furious, he accuses her of trying to outsmart him and threatens to kill her. Thinking quickly, Lisa lies. She says she only wanted to call her sick father and tell him she is happy and safe. She pretends to cry. Surprisingly, the man begins to feel sympathy and calms down. Lisa remembers something her sister once told her: never give up, no matter what happens. So she continues pretending. One day, she tells the kidnapper that if he lets her go, she will not tell anyone about him. She even promises to be his friend and take care of him forever. Hearing these words, the disturbed man becomes emotional and starts believing her. At the same time, the Florida police are investigating a serial killer responsible for murdering several women in the past 6 months. Unknown to Lisa, her kidnapper is that very killer. Eventually, the man decides to release her, believing the police are too busy chasing the serial killer to care about her case. He drives her to a quiet area and lets her go, though he briefly considers killing her first. Lisa once again convinces him not to. Before leaving, he tells her to describe him to police as a short, fat, dark man, hoping to mislead them. Lisa runs home and tells her grandmother everything. But unbelievably, her grandmother refuses to believe her story. When the police arrive, many officers also doubt Lisa's claims. They question why she has no visible injuries and why she did not fight back. Lisa explains that the man had a gun and constantly threatened to kill her, so she focused only on surviving. Most officers think she is lying, until a detective named Larry decides to listen carefully. Larry shows Lisa a photo of his daughter to help her feel safe. Slowly, Lisa begins describing every detail she remembered: the black car, the red carpet, the 22 stairs, the words Magnum loves inside the car, the bed in the apartment, and the fact that the man uses his left hand. Larry realizes Lisa is telling the truth. Soon, laboratory tests on Lisa's clothes reveal a red thread identical to fibers found on the serial killer's other victims. Now the police are certain that Lisa's kidnapper is the murderer they have been hunting. Using Lisa's clues, the police track the man down. They eventually locate his house with the 22 stairs, where they also find Lisa's hairpins and fingerprints. With overwhelming evidence, the police launch a massive manhunt. Finally, they surround the killer and arrest him at gunpoint. Lisa's bravery helps capture a monster and brings justice to many victims. Years later, we see Lisa again. After everything she suffered, she has become a police officer herself, determined to help others and protect people who cannot protect themselves. And with that, Lisa's powerful story comes to an end.